Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's big. I don't think any of our coaches, our players were happy with how we played last weekend. We knew it was going to be a tough game, but still we know we can show better than we did. So I think we had a good week of practice, and then obviously these guys played extremely hard today. Second efforts were there. We know it's going to be a tight game every game, but when we play that hard, we give ourselves a chance to win, which is what we got done today.
Denny, first goal of the season. Can you just kind of walk us through that?
Yeah, I mean, I got a great pass from Heise, and I'm just really happy that it went in.
And Taylor, just the changes in lines, first time you guys have been together, or potentially one of the first. Just can you talk us through how important it is to have the depth when you are having those line changes?
Yeah, I think back to Denny's goal too. I did tell her yesterday, so I do think I had part in that because I told her she was going to score yesterday, and she's a 5-hole maniac. So, I think you got to roll through all 4 of your lines. This group is very deep, and I think when you play a team like Toronto, who wants to run pretty heavy on their top 3, I think it's important for us to run through our lineup the way that we did. And I thought we had great changes in the O-zone. I thought our defensive side of things was pretty good. So all in all, happy with how the group played and how we rallied off of how we weren't happy with the last game, and we came in today with a better attitude.
We'll open it up to the room now.
C. Benwell from the Hockey News. For Coach, how did you see the momentum changing, or when did you feel it changing? Because it feels like the second half of the game was all you guys.
Yeah, I think it's just us staying with it. I mean, they obviously had a fortunate bounce off the net, and then Watts made a heck of a bat out of the air off our goalie in the net. But I just think our group is a veteran, mature group. They don't get rattled by things like that. That it was a bad luck, hard luck goal for us. And then we just got to keep working. We know we're looking at stack shifts. We know that we talk about it all the time. It's not always the line that gets rewarded on the stat sheet, but it's if we can put 2 or 3 shifts together and keep them in their D zone and make them have to work. We usually end up with a lot of good chances.
For Taylor, how big did your eyes get when you saw Panic down there in the corner?
Well, I had her the first time, and then I lost the puck, and I wasn't going to let that not deter me from going back again. And I think, she knows where she needs to be. We've played together enough, even though we're both centers. We're never on the same line, but we've done other things together, and I think just having her in the right spot is important. If you're not in the right spot, and even if I make a play, it's not going to go in. So she finds the good areas.
Got it. And Ken, start of the season, you had a major adjustment to go from the back end. You lost a lot of it. Where did you make that up?
I think our players have stepped up. There's no doubt us, drafting Kendall Cooper with our first pick. We were hoping that she was going to be able to come in and be a contributor, and obviously she has. Adding Sid Moore into our group, again, she's a consistent top 4D in the league for me on any team. And so when we added those 2, and then, we still needed other players to step up. And, May has been tremendous for us. I think Bex is working hard. Biz, they put in the work every day to get better. So, and Nat Buckminder, too. I thought she was excellent tonight. I thought she was maybe her best game of the year. She's moving her feet, and when she plays like that, she's a top 4D, I agree, anywhere.
Hi, Curtis. A question for Taylor. It seemed like you guys really were able to control possession on the power play, really, found your opportunities. What do you think allowed you, or what do you think you saw out there tonight that allowed you guys to be so successful on the power play today?
Yeah, we've changed a lot. We've changed lines. We've changed different things. I think it keeps it fresh, though. Like new looks. Love to be creative, and I love to have some time and space. And this type of thing that we ran, I think, was perfect against what they came up with a kill. Grace and I were moving the puck pretty well on the side. And then once that happens, if I take some space, honestly, Abby and I were talking about in the locker room, she never screens my shots, and she just had a feeling today to do it. And I don't score that unless Abby smokes through. So I think our power plays both looked really good tonight. I think that starts with winning a draw. Not having to go back 200 feet and drive the puck all the way down the ice is huge. And I think, props to Kelly, props to other girls that are winning faceoffs. V had great faceoffs today too. So just think rolling through everything, honestly.
And, talking about the power play, that's something that you usually work on in practice, but there's no secret that in this league you guys don't have a lot of practice time with the international breaks, with the schedule, how condensed it's been this year. How do you feel like you can find that success when you aren't able to work on it as much as obviously you guys would like to?
It's all trust. I think it's trust in your coaches. It's trust in the people out there with you. We've changed around things enough where everyone kind of knows what spot they're in, and they should also know what every other spot on the ice is. If you get caught in a different spot, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable. And I think we work on it enough, but also do video and just honestly trust in your people out there. We have an amazing, 10 group, and we have an amazing PK that we practice against in practice. So I think it's all the practice and also just trusting in what you have.
Any final questions? Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.